Is there an action that you've been wanting to take, but whenever you think about it, there is all this fear that comes up and stops you in your tracks? Well, I'm going to tell you, feel the fear and do it anyway. Fear is a useful tool in our day to day lives. It provides us with this data so that we can assess our environment and make an educated decision which keeps us safe. So, if I'm in a sketchy part of the town and there's this fear which tells me to get out of there, then that's helpful data because I will protect myself from getting hurt. How about fear of strangers? If I am in a hostile situation where I do not know the intention of the other people, then maybe I should not talk to strangers. But if I'm relaxing in a hotel lobby and someone next to me strikes up a conversation, then I can obviously participate in it because it's a safe situation. So we need to evaluate the situation. So, if fear is stopping you from achieving a goal that you would want to achieve, then you need to evaluate it accordingly. Let's take a few examples. Say you want to ask someone out, or you want to earn a lot of money, or you want to get a raise or promotion at work. And whenever you think about these things, there's all this fear that comes up. When you think about asking someone out, you feel they might reject you. Or when you think about earning all that money, you might think that you would end up spending all of it away. Or when you think about that promotion, you might think that the boss might turn you down. So we have all this data which is stopping you from moving in the direction of where you want to go. Let's evaluate it objectively. Now, when you think about asking that person out and you have this fear of rejection, what does it actually say? Why would they reject you? Maybe because you think, I do not have good communication skills. I am not interesting enough. I do not bring as much value to the table. Okay, so these are all data points. Write them down, make a list. If we have data, then we can work on that. How about money? When you think about earning all that money, the fear that comes up is I will waste it away. I am not good at strategizing. I cannot save. I cannot invest. I will be careless with money. Again, good data points. How about that promotion? If I ask my boss might turn me down because he does not like me, he likes others more than me. Another point, when we are making this inventory of how the fear is coming up and telling us all these things, then make sure it's oriented towards you because we can only work on ourselves. So if the fear says things like, boss does not like me, change it, bring it back to you. So then the boss may turn me down. Why? Because I did my best on four projects, but on one project there was a certain issue. Okay, what else? I think others are also deserving. So there are so many contenders for this position. So I don't feel confident that I will get it. Okay, so great data points. Now we have data points for every item here. Write these down. Don't just do a mental exercise with it, because when we write things down, it's very easy to tackle them one at a time. If we have this nebulous list in the head, we cannot work upon that. And also, when you write this down, you will see that there are some points which are so ridiculous that when as you start writing, they don't even make sense and you will take them away yourself. So, like if I think about asking for a promotion and I'm sitting on the couch and obsessing over it, and my thoughts go something like, oh, if I ask my boss about this promotion, he might turn me down, he might reject me, and then I would feel so ashamed, I would just want to die. And so this is ridiculous sometimes what we think. Obviously you're not going to die if your boss says no. So when we start writing, we there is this list already becomes short because some of the things are completely off the mark. So write this list down, and once you have this list, then go over it if possible, with a loved one or a close friend. Tell them about the situation, tell them about what is stopping you, and see what they have to say. Sometimes we have blind spots and others can catch them for us. So if you want to ask someone out and you tell your friend, oh, I'm not interesting enough, I don't have great communication skills, I don't bring much value, they might say, what are you talking about? You are such a good person, you are a great listener, you have empathy for others, and you are interesting. How can you say you're not interesting? You've done all these things in your life. So there is that data which will tell you that what you're thinking is probably not all true. There are things that you're missing. When we start thinking about things, we mostly focus on the negative and we miss these positive things about ourselves. That's where others can help us, even for your money and uh, the promotion. Your friend may say, okay, if you don't think you can save, then maybe you can reach out to another friend who is a financial advisor, or there are apps, or you can reach out to someone else. Or even for promotion, your friend might say, okay, there are five other contenders, but you are great at organizing, and you told me last week that your boss appreciated you in front of the entire team. So obviously, you have potential there. So do this exercise. Another very important point is answer for yourself how this situation serves you, how this fear is serving you. There is some kind of payoff that you're receiving from this situation. You don't want to ask someone out or don't want to ask for a raise or earn all that money because there is something which is keeping you rooted where you are. And you need to ask that yourself. Sometimes we feel that we are afraid of going in the direction of something, but there is something which is providing us this kickback even in our this stage of playing small. So find out what that is. One way to do it is turn the situation around. Let's say you ask that person out, they said yes. What does that feel like? Now suddenly you might think, oh, that's too much pressure on me. I don't think I will be able to sustain this relationship. They might expect so much of me and I might have to bow down to all their whims. I cannot do that. Another case, earning a lot of money, how does that feel? You might feel, oh, I feel suddenly so much responsible. There is so much of money. I need to manage it. And then others might be jealous of me and they might resent me. I don't want to be resented. And if you get that promotion at work, how does that feel? I have so much stress. I have to cut down on family time, my personal time. It comes with so much of responsibilities. It's not worth it. I think I was better earlier. So maybe these are the situations that are keeping you rooted right where you are. We might package everything in this big box of fear, but there is something that we are getting in our current situation, and that's why we are not going after that goal because we still are happy and getting something out of that state. So evaluate that for yourself. Once you bring it to light, then you can consciously see why you're avoiding this goal or action plan. And there's nothing wrong with it. You can evaluate both sides of it. And if you think that where you are right now works for you and you don't actually go in the direction of your goal, great data point. Our task is not to go after goals for no rhyme or reason. Our task is to feel happy and fulfilled and achieve more in life and be satisfied. So, if that satisfaction is coming from right where you are, then why torture yourself and go in the direction of something else? The idea is to make this thing conscious for you. Sometimes we just think about things, come up with all these stories, and think that we want something, although we may not even once we get it we might feel we never needed it in the first place. So do that analysis for yourself. What payback are you receiving from the situation where you are right now? And lastly, if you are not taking that step because you think that you are playing it safe or playing small, guess what? Playing safe only creates regrets. We all have heard about these stories where people get to the end of their lives and they feel this regret over the things that they did not do. So let's take that action. Even if we are not successful, we can then try something else. We are here to experiment. If something works, great. If not, then move on to the next thing. So, next time you have this thought of where you want to take this action, but fear shows up, then feel the fear and do it anyway. Good luck.